Will he be number 12? All this. Black Gold, steamed in Baltimore. Will he be number 12? All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
This is the OTB Television Network.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Television Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseder. And now with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
And hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. The Preakness 123rd running in the books, and we have a shot at again this year having a Triple Crown winner as Real Quiet wowed a record crowd, over 91,000 people in steamy Baltimore on Saturday afternoon. Was just an incredible performance in the race. We'll get to that and have a few more comments a little bit later on in the program. But boy, the excitement is already mounting, as it was last year with Silver Charm. This year, the same scenario, a horse going for racing's most coveted prize, the Triple Crown. Let's, before we get to all the Pimlico action, let's start our countdown of other races that will run around the country this week. A few stops before we get to Pimlico. We'll go to Hialeah first for the Angelo Testa handicap. Was on the grass, mile and a 16th. We've got a $40,000 added guaranteed purse here. They are fillies and mares. Let's take a look at them. Is Frank Miramati with the call.
Bama, the one they have to catch. Regal Approval moves through on the inside. Then it's Show 'em Girl, followed by Proud Crusader and Big Music. A furlong for home. Enrique Herrado goes to work on Win Fama. She still has something left and clear by 3. Regal Approval is in second. Then it's Big Music on the inside, followed by Proud Crusader. But Win Fama spectacular in winning the Angelo Testa handicap.
Win Fama sent off at 4-5, cruises home here, 3.5 length score for trainer Marty Wilson. Enrique Girardo in the irons aboard this Daughter of Wild again. She gets the Angelo Testa. We got a tie for second there between Proud Cruiser and Regal Approval, but it is Win Fama with a pretty easy score in the Testa Saturday, going the mile and a 16th in 1:45.1. All right, Delaware Park on Sunday afternoon, the Charles Statz Memorial Stakes, mile 70 yards the distance, $40,000 in added purse monies. In Wilmington, John Curran gives us the call.
Point of attack, the challenge, Maracaibo. They're still going at it head-to-head. Select Session is trying to gain in third, a furlong away. Maracaibo is digging in gamely and responds to the pressure from Bobby Colton, and it's Maracaibo beginning to draw away. Select Session on the outside. It's going to be tight for second with Point of Attack, but Maracaibo wins it. Select Session up for second.
Maracaibo, Bobby Colton in the irons aboard this 4-year-old son of Skip Trial. Hey, he takes an odd step right before the finish line, but is well clear for the win. Sent off at 9-5, gets his second in a row, trained by Alan Iwinski. Select Session got the place spot, point of attack finishing in the show position. Maracaibo's mile 70, Sunday down at Delaware, 1:40.2. Saturday afternoon at Churchill Downs, the Mint Julep Stakes was the featured race. Fillies and mares are at 1.16 miles. They're on the grass here. It's a $100,000 added race to Louisville. And the call from Kurt Becker.
B.A. Valentine still on the lead. Lordy, and Mingling Glances running toward the outside. They're at the 8th pole. B.A. Valentine is put to a drive now. Lordy is threatening, and she's a bit erratic. Mingling Glances is still third. B.A. Valentine withstanding the various challenges to win the Mint Julep.
B.A. Valentine, Francisco Torres in the saddle for trainer Dale Romans. Gets the half-length score, sent off at 3-1. She loves this turf course. This is her 6th run on it. She's got 3 wins here. Half her starts, winning efforts on the Churchill course. Lordy was second. Mingling Glances finished in the show spot. B.A. Valentine, a daughter of Appalachia, goes the 1.16 miles, 1:41.2. All right, now let's start our Pimlico action going back to last Thursday afternoon for the Miss Preakness Stakes, a 3-year-old filly sprint, 6 furlongs here, and the $75,000 added purse goes with the race. Is Dave Rodman in Baltimore with the call of the Miss Preakness.
Headed for home in the Miss Preakness Stakes, and it's Storm Beauty still there. Hairspray going to try to switch in between runners. Brack Drifter on the outside. No, Hairspray staying down inside. 3/16 to go. Plenty left for Storm Beauty, who moves away from Brack Drifter. Hairspray trying to finish fast there down inside of Brack Drifter, but it's Storm Beauty in front by 2 lengths. Storm Beauty slowed it up. Plenty left. Storm Beauty to win it under Charlie Woods. Brack Drifter was second. Hairspray then back to Ms. Ann.
Storm Beauty, Charlie Woods Jr. gets the call for the Lewises and D. Wayne and gets this daughter of Stormcat home to a 3-length score, sent off at 4-5. She had just won a non-winners of 2 other than at Keeneland, and now she goes to Pimlico and wins the Miss Preakness. Brack Drifter and Hairspray, they'll be the place and show gals in the running, but it is Storm Beauty going the 3/4 Thursday in 1:10.4. Friday afternoon at Old Hilltop, a couple for you. The Gallarette for the fillies and mares. This is on the grass at 1.16 miles, 100,000 and guaranteed purse monies. Again, is Dave Rodman with the call.
And they're off. Bursting fourth came out of the gate first, and Fleetwood down on the inside. Fickle Fate is up close. Trésorier drafting in behind the early leaders, and Starry Dreamer, Earth to Jackie, and Tampico in the back of the pack as they go past the wire the first time. Going very slow up front here, bursting fourth along the rail. Fickle Fate much closer than usual. Down on the inside is a Fleetwood. Right alongside of that one is Trésorier. Earth to Jackie moves up a spot on the outside, followed by Starry Dreamer. Back of the pack is Tampico, only about 7 or 8 lengths off the lead. 25 flat for the opening quarter on the good going. Bursting fourth, joined by Earth to Jackie on the outside. Fickle Fate is backed off just a little bit. Gary Stevens has a Fleetwood down on the inside. Trésorier is about 4.5 lengths off that lead. Back to Starry Dreamer and Tampico, who is last a long way now, about 10 lengths off the lead. The half went in 49 1/5 seconds. They picked it up just a little bit. It's Earth to Jackie, who bounds around the far turn, moving away willingly now from bursting fourth and second, and Fickle Fate in third. Trésorier moving up on the outside in the 4th spot, 5 lengths from the front of Fleetwood is under a ride. Starry Dreamer and Tampico share last position. They got 7 lengths to close. They move on to the top of the stretch now. Fickle Fate back on the outside, coming on again. Bursting fourth is right there, and dropping back on the inside is Earth to Jackie. Trésorier switches to to the outside for the stretch drive of Fleetwood and Tampico. Starry Dreamer is last with a furlong to go. It's Fickle Fate bursting forth on the inside. Tresoria Extreme outside of Fleetwood, followed by Starry Dreamer, who's trying to move up and maybe too far back. Tresoria, the leader, bursting forth. Starry Dreamer, late burst on the outside. Tresoria to win it. Tresoria, 3/4 of a length, bursting forth, and Starry Dreamer.
Tres Quartier, Jose Santos up a length score for this 4-year-old daughter of Leafard, saddled by Christophe Clement. Gets the victory here in fine style by a length, an 8-5 fave in the running. Bursting forth was second. Starry Dreamer checks in for the third money. Tres Quartier goes the mile 16th on the Pimlico lawn Friday, 1:45-1. And of course, the day before the Preakness, the 3-year-old fillies always have their go at things in the Black-Eyed Susan. Mile and an eighth the distance here, $200,000. The guaranteed purse for these 3-year-old gals. Mr. Rodman describes this year's Black-Eyed Susan.
And they're off in the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. Anton was just a step slow and shuffled back there. Tappin' Ginger on the outside, Silent Eskimo and License Fee down to the inside. Hansel's Girl came away in very good order, now settling there in between runners, followed by Marigold Princess, just 2.5 lengths from the early lead, and Ann now moves up along the rail. And we go back to Added Gold, who's trying to rate along back there about 5 lengths from the lead, second last position, and trailing the field is Mrs. Never Satisfied. A good opening quarter posted on the board, 22-4, and Silent Eskimo's committed to the lead now. Silent Eskimo out here 3/4. Tappin' Ginger, long shot, chasing in second. Marigold Princess on the far outside there in the pink cap. Hansel's Girl's in between horses, and License Fee settling nicely on the inside, just 2.5 to 3 lengths from the lead. Added Gold and Aunt Anne, they're the next pair, 5 lengths from the front, and Mrs. Never Satisfied is last of them all. 46 2/5 seconds for the half mile. Honest enough pace here. Silent Eskimo pursued by Tappin' Ginger, but it is Silent Eskimo holding Tappin' Ginger off as they enter the far turn. License Fee running third, Hansel's Girl in fourth. And back to Marigold Princess. On the inside is Aunt Anne. Added Gold trying to find a way through. Added Gold now coming up there 3 wide. Added Gold launches the rally within 3.5 lengths of the lead. 3 furlongs to go. Mrs. Never Satisfied is the trailer. There's 5/16 to run. Silent Eskimo, Tappin' Ginger, the long shot, running a big one on the outside. Hansel's Girl extremely wide. Added Gold now got the winning shot, and License Fee and the white blinkers on the inside. Homeward bound now. Tappin' Ginger. Tappin' Ginger is the leader with 3/16 to go from Silent Eskimo. Hansel's Girl, Added Gold trying to come through between horses. Final furlong, it's Tappin' Ginger on top, a length and a half. Added Gold pushed full out, extreme outside is Hansel's Girl. It's Tappin' Ginger and Edgar Prado, 35-1, but Added Gold's trying to run her down. Tappin' Ginger, Added Gold, Added Gold, Added Gold, the energy to win, the Black-Eyed Susan.
Added Gold gets a 3/4 of a length score for trainer Dave Donk. This was her first stake try, no less. She was second in a one other than last time. She's a daughter of Gilded Time and comes on here and wins the Black-Eyed Susan. Johnny Velasquez up for David. Tappin' Ginger, local horse, runs an excellent race there and just misses, has to settle for second. Hansel's Girl gets the show money. Added Gold winning the Black-Eyed Susan Friday in 1:49-3. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got all of the stakes racing action from Pimlico on Saturday. A tremendous card they had supporting this year's running of the Preakness. Don't go away. The Preakness is up. Be right back after these messages.
This is the OTB Television Network.
There's no feeling quite like having your picture taken in the winner's circle. But owning a racehorse can be a very risky investment. That's where the New York Breeding and Racing Program comes in. Now with $32 million annually in purses and incentives for registered New York breds.
You got a family sport, you got something you really thoroughly enjoy, and you have a chance to really hit it big and get lucky.
If you put your money in a CD, boring. boring. You got a racehorse. It's just a lot of enthusiasm, and it's an experience that you won't never forget.
It is the greatest thrill. It's the thrill of a lifetime.
So invest in the thrill of owning a New York bred. They start with an advantage.
The third race on the Preakness Day card was the Maryland Breeders' Cup Handicap. Good sprint here for the older horses at 3/4 of a mile. $200,000, the added purse on the race. Dave's got the call for us.
And they're off to a perfect start. Richter Scale and Cat Be Nimble in CC's honor on the far outside. Long Shot Star traces up close, followed by Original Gray and Trafalgar, and Jove Stone trails the field. Racing past the 5/8, Cat Be Nimble on the outside. Richter Scale along the rail. Richter Scale now gets that head in front. In CC's honor, Original Gray at the rail. Trafalgar one off the rail, just 3 lengths off that lead. Then it's back to Star Trace on the far outside. Jove Stone will have to do running from last position in between runners. They round the far turn, 3/8 of a mile to go. Richter Scale and Cat Be Nimble still alongside. They're keeping pace together, just a length and a half clear of In CC's honor. Original Gray is next, and Star Trace and Jove Stone and Trafalgar back last on the inside. They've got a quarter to go at Pimlico. Richter Scale, Cat Be Nimble on the outside. They're on even terms. Original Gray and In CC's honor. Extreme outside is Star Trace and Trafalgar and Jove Stone. Richter Scale turning back. Cat Be Nimble. Original Gray the threat down to the inside. Where's Original Gray going to go? Just in behind Richter Scale. In CC's honor. Trafalgar rallying late in between horses. Richter Scale back, and back in a big way.
Richter Scale, Billy Mott, Jerry Bailey in the irons for the Casters. And you recall, Richter Scale won the Derby trial last year when he was trained by Pat Byrne. Now, Bill Mott has this 4-year-old colt and comes on nicely and gets the win here. Had not run since finishing 13th in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last fall. So a very nice start to his 98 campaign is Richter Scale. Trafalgar from D. Wayne's Bond, a half length back in second. Original Gray finishing in the show spot. Running time for Richter Scale, 1:09 and 2. All right, race number 4, the Pimlico Distaff. $200,000 guaranteed race here at a mile and a furlong. Fillies and mares, of course. Again, Dave Rodman describing the race.
Thanks, Bob, and they're off right away in the Pimlico Distaff. Truth and Nobility and Anklet came away well. Agena broke nicely, settles down to the inside there. Followed by NASCAR Colors, Cotton Carnival, the one farthest out towards us, and it's Panama Canal settling in 5 lengths off that lead. A break of 2.5 more lengths, and See Your Point. Last of all is Poco's Dream Girl, who's about 8 lengths off the lead. And Agena has made the lead on the rail. Agena out here by neck. Anklet's trying to press the issue on the outside. Panama Canal picks a spot behind the leaders in third. Cotton Carnival, Truth and Nobility. NASCAR Colors caught a little wide, 3 wide up close, only 3 lengths from the lead. They're beginning to bunch up now. Opening quarter went in 23 seconds flat. It's a break of 5 more lengths, and See Your Point in the back is Poco's Dream Girl. They race on toward the 5-ace pole, and it's Agena getting some pressure here from Anklet on the outside. It's Panama Canal right in behind the leaders. Now Panama Canal might try to seek a way through in between Anklet and Agena. It's another length and a half more. And NASCAR Colors racing in fourth. Cotton Carnival is next. The half mile in 46 2/5 of a second, and Agena just switched into another gear. She's got the lead by 1 length. Anklet trying to come back at her on the outside. It's Panama Canal, and on the outside is NASCAR Colors. Cotton Carnival under a ride, 6 lengths from the front. Truth and Nobility, See Your Point, and Poco's Dream Girl are sharing last position. At the top of the stretch, Jerry Bailey just tapped Agena on the shoulder, responding nicely here. Opens up 2 lengths, and NASCAR Colors on the outside. Panama Canal. Anklet is weakening with 3/16 to go, and it's Agena on top, 3.5 lengths. NASCAR Colors, Poco's Dream Girl far outside trying to mount a late bid, but the class of Agena comes through, and Agena strides home 5 lengths, finishing well outside Poco's Dream Girl. NASCAR Colors, Agena to win it by 3.5 lengths. NASCAR Colors, Poco's Dream Girl, and Panama Canal.
Well, here's Agena, 3-length score here for Alan Paulson and Billy Mott, this daughter of Strawberry Road. Sent off at 2 to 5 and runs like it. You recall she won the Breeders' Cup Distaff last year. She had one other start in 1998 last time. They tried her in the Bayakoa at Oaklawn Park, and she was up the track in that race, but boy, she was ready to on Saturday as she just strolls home here with the Jerry on board. NASCAR Colors second, Paco's Dream Girl finishing in the third spot. Running time for Gina, an easy 1:48.3, establishing a stakes record for the Pimlico Distaff. All right, next up, the 3-year-olds in the Sir Barton Stakes. 3-year-olds not quite up to the Battle of the Preakness, so they have this Sir Barton to go at things in a $100,000 guaranteed race. Let's take a look at him. Here's Dave's call of the Sir Barton.
Look for him to come running around the turn. They're all in line, and they're off. Thomas Joe committed toward the lead today. Overreact Sean and Silver Launch on the inside, and Fight for Milady is up there close as well. And now Thomas Joe will settle back off that leader, who's going to be Silver Launch around the first turn. And we go back to Medford Proper Ridge. In the back of the pack is Swear by Dixie, some 8 lengths off the lead, 7/8 of a mile to run. And Silver Launch along the rail, leading at 3/4 of a length. Overreact Sean is second, and Fight for Milady tracking the pace, trying to rate along in third. And Thomas Joe is fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. Medford followed by Proper Ridge in the back there, 5 lengths in the front. The last horse, Swear by Dixie. Running on toward the 5-ace pole, and it's Silver Launch the leader, a little more than a length. Silver Launch being nursed along in the lead by Corey Nakatani. And on the outside, Overreaction is going to try to quicken on with that one. Now Thomas Joe is a little close there, just a length and a half from the front. Fight for Milady down inside, and back to Proper Ridge and Medford in the back of the pack, Swear by Dixie. It's a tight pack, only 6 lengths first to last. At the end of the far turn, Silver Launch still there, half length from Overreaction. Now Thomas Joe called to put in the bid. Proper Ridge on the outside, and Fight for Milady backpedals on the inside. Swear by Dixie has moved past that one. Medford is last with 7 lengths to make up. They've got a quarter to go at Pimlico, and it's Silver Launch still hanging in tough from Overreaction, and Thomas Joe right behind them. Extreme outside is Swear by Dixie, 3/16 to go. Overreaction and Silver Launch are going to try to quicken on now. Thomas Joe on the inside, then Swear by Dixie. Final furlong, any one of 4, maybe 5 can win it even. Medford's flying to the far outside, but Thomas Joe's taking the inside trip. Thomas Joe down inside trying to get up. Silver Launch is right there. Extreme outside, Swear by Dixie. Thomas Joe at Pimlico.
Thomas Joe. Now this colt was an 11th hour defection from the Preakness by his connections of Earl Mack and Team Valor and trainer Jimmy Jerkins, and wisely so, as this colt, he may not be Preakness caliber, but boy, he sure is a runner. He's by strong performance, and he wins his 4th in a row and 6th out of his last 7 starts have been wins, and that other start was a mere second, beaten just a little bit at Sam Houston. He's a Texas bred to boot. Silver Launch and Swear by Dixie will be second and third in the running. Thomas Joe coming up the inside with Steve Hamilton gets the win in 1:43 flat, and very shrewd marketing by Jim Jerkins, Earl Mack, and Team Valor in placing Thomas Joe in the Sir Barton rather than the Preakness. All right, next up from Pimlico Saturday, we have the older horses in the William Donald Schaefer handicap at 1 mile and a furlong. $100,000 is the guaranteed purse on the Schaefer. Again, here's Dave Rodman describing the action.
And we're ready for a start any second. Right away, they are off in the Schaefer. There goes Testifly, showing speed. Acceptable came out well. Smart Coupons will settle down in between runners. The outside gate Connecting Terms is moving up just a little bit lively. No part of the pace today being taken back the rate. A couple of more lengths in Fireside Brass, followed by Testing. And Tams Armada, who does the best running from the back of the pack, is indeed in the back now, about 11 lengths off the lead. Past the 7-ace pole, Acceptable by a neck. Connecting Terms trying to push that one along in second. Testifly chasing the pace in third. Break up 3 more lengths, and there's Smart Coupons. Lost a little bit of ground there, fourth. Ground-saving Fireside Brass. Fireside Brass moves up the rail. A little bit lively, is 3 wide up the backstretch and within 4.5 lengths of the lead. And it's back to Testing, who's second last, and trailing the field, Tams Armada, who's now far back about 15 lengths off the lead. Running for the far turn, Acceptable, pressed by Connecting Terms on the outside. Little bit lively is next, and Testifly. The
the rail wide open for Fireside Brass is coming right on through there within a length and 3/4 of a lead. Smart Coupons heading back to testing. Second last, 7 lengths from the front as they edge around the far turn, and Tams Armada still in the back of the pack. Acceptable, still traveling smoothly, though connecting terms has been glued to Acceptable much of the trip. Little bit lively, 3 wide bid. Testifly down to the inside, running in 4th. Testing is trying to heat up 7 lengths off the lead as Smart Coupons is under the whip. They're at the top of the stretch. Acceptable holding on to that lead by a length. Acceptable now urged on for that last 3/16, but Little Bit Lively is coming right there on the outside. Little Bit Lively is Testing Acceptable, and Testifly is 3rd, and Testing is 4th. Extreme outside Tams Armada. Little Bit Lively. Acceptable's trying to come back for more. Little Bit Lively just in front from Acceptable. Little Bit Lively. Acceptable. Get the camera ready. Acceptable. Acceptable. And Little Bit Lively. And a nose bob could go either way.
Well, here's another Bill Mott horse, Acceptable. This one owned by George Steinbrenner's Kinsman Stud Farm. Gets a nice win here in the William Donald Schaefer. And Jerry Bailey in the irons. He's winning everything on Saturday at Pimlico. A Little Bit Lively and Testifly. They'll be 2nd and 3rd in the running. This Son of Capote was sent off at 3-1. Has got 3 in a row now. Gulfstream, Oaklawn, and Pimlico. Doesn't matter where this guy runs. He just loves to win races as he gets the William Donald Schaefer handicap in a minute 48 and 3. All right, the Dixie Stakes at 1 1/8 on the grass. $200,000, the guaranteed purse on the Dixie for our older horses. Dave again has the call.
Copy editor last up, all standing well, and they are off. And off to a great start. Same Old Wish came out okay, but he's going to settle now. Here's Copy Editor on the far outside, gunning up for that lead, along with Run, John, Run. And now Robin Gin is taken back on the inside. Jambalaya Jazz right there, a close presence. And back to 10s, it's Same Old Wish is settled in between horses. Sky Colony and Robbie Alvarado rating along the rail as they pass the wire the first time. Op Smile, winner of this race last year, is about 7 lengths off the early pace, and back to Trump Mahal. And there's Anti-Mame, the filly, in between runners, and it's back to Yagley, who's 2nd last, and trailing the field back there is Blazing Sword, some 13 lengths off the lead. They round the turn and head up the backstretch now. Run, John, Run, Copy Editor. The pace appears slow. I don't have any time in the tote board, but I can tell you that Team Valor's Copy Editor has made the front now, and up between runners, Run, John, Run is moving up the rail, and up between runners here's Robin Gin, who now makes an aggressive move as they head for the far turn. And on the lead now on the inside, Run, John, Run, alternating with Robin Gin. Now Copy Editor is backed off that pace, and Sky Colony is next. In between runners is Jambalaya Jazz is right there in 5th position, 3 lengths off that lead. And we go back to Trump Mahal, who's racing along the rail, followed by 10s at Yagley is underway. Yagley starting to roll now, 6 lengths from the lead as they get toward the top of the stretch here at Pimlico. On the good turf course, Robin Gin and Shane Sellers leading the way. Sky Colony switched just to the outside of that one. Copy Editor is next, and Yagley out in the center of the course. It's Robin Gin, Sky Colony, Yagley on the far outside. Looks wide open. Yagley's trying to hit the front from Sky Colony. Yagley, Sky Colony in a head-to-head duel. In between runners, Anti-Mame trying to mount a late rally, but it's Yagley, Sky Colony. Bailey and Mott are hot. Will they be hot enough to win this one? Yagley, Mott and Bailey do it again this afternoon.
Well, this is getting to be a little repetitive, isn't it? Another Bill Mott horse ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey. This time we've got Yagley for you, owned by Alan Paulson, getting the victory in the Dixie. Sent off at 2-1, last out, won the Hialeah Turf Cup, and has gotten 3 wins out of his last 4 starts. A 5-year-old son of Jade Hunter getting the win in the Dixie. Sky Colony and Blazing Sword will finish behind Yagley as he goes the 1 1/4 furlong on the Pimlico lawn in 1 minute 51 seconds flat. All right, race 10 on the card Saturday in Baltimore. The 123rd running of the Middle Jewel in racing's coveted Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes. $1 million in guaranteed money this year at 1 3/16, and featuring the combatants from the Kentucky Derby, the first 2 finishes of Real Quiet and Victory Gallop. Victory Gallop sent off a slight favorite over Real Quiet in the running. Let's take a look at him. Dave Rodman's got the call of this year's Preakness.
And they're off, and Hotwells bobbled a bit at the start. Long shot, Silver's Prospect takes the early initiative and out for the lead. He's Beccaro right there, basic trainee. Cape Town one off the rail, and Black Cash is at the rail, past the wire now for the first time. Beccaro hung out 4 deep. Black Cash down to the inside. Jerry Bailey got a firm hold of Cape Town, taking that one back. Basic trainee right there on the outside. Silver's Prospect widest round the turn. Victory Gallop has moved 1 off the rail, 5 lengths from that lead. Then Classic Cat, the Derby winner, Real Quiet, about 7 lengths from the early pacemaker, and out there in the 3 path. Hotwells, after bobbling a bit at the beginning, is second last, and trailing the field is Spartan Cat. They race on past the 3/4 mark, and Beccaro winging it out there, leads at 2.5 lengths. Basic trainee running in second. Black Cash trying to rate along off that speed in third. Cape Town running in fourth. That's Classic Cat. Victory Gallop trying to put in a bid. A little bit of an early bid here, only 5.5 lengths off the lead. Real Quiet is wide, 4 wide, entering the far turn. The Derby winner's going to be hung out there very wide past the half-mile pole. Into the far turn, the complexion of the race changes. Victory Gallop and Cape Town coming to Beccaro. Basic trainee pushed full out. On the outside, Real Quiet. Classic Cat is next, followed by Black Cash and Hotwells. The midway point on the turn. Real Quiet for a wide sweep comes up to the front. Victory Gallop is right there. The 1-2 finishers in the Derby hit the quarter pole at Pimlico. 1-2 again, and it's Real Quiet and Victory Gallop. Real Quiet floated a bit wide off the turn, has the lead. Victory Gallop down to the inside, and now Classic Cat is third. Hotwells is fourth on the outside. Last furlong, Real Quiet has the lead from Victory Gallop. Does Zorro go to the stick? Real Quiet right on that rail past the 16th pole. Keep hope alive for another Triple Crown winner. Real Quiet from Victory Gallop.
Well, in another textbook ride, the Sormo gets the victory aboard. Real Quiet, 2 1/4 lengths to the good here over Victory Gallop. So we got a ditto on the Kentucky Derby Preakness. First 2 finishers, a little bit of a rivalry developing there, although be it not like some of the rivalries we've seen in the past, because there is a little bit of daylight between these 2 3-year-olds. Classic Cat gets the 3rd spot here, running on pretty nicely. Remember, he won the Lexington in his last start. Real Quiet, owned by Mike Pegram, trained, of course, by Bob Baffert. Now, will he become the 12th Triple Crown winner? I'll tell you, folks, if these margins in the Derby and Preakness were close, you might think that one of the Victory Gallop would have a shot to knock him off in the Belmont. But there's just been no question that Real Quiet is the better horse. 2 resounding victories here, and I don't see any other horses coming out of the woodwork that could knock off Real Quiet. Coronado's Quest, the hind foot, has certainly hampered his training and racing schedule. Shug says he's going to look at the Metropolitan Mile, so that almost excludes a run in the Belmont Stakes. And any of the other horses that ran in the Derby and passed the Preakness was certainly not up to the caliber of Real Quiet, though he could very well become the 12th Triple Crown winner. Real Quiet, making a lot of noise, gets the victory for DeSormo, going back to his home roots of Baltimore, where he started several years ago. Victory Gallop, again, a game 2nd place finisher, this time with Gary Stevens. Classic Cat finishing in the show spot with Robbie Alvarado, and completing the order of the race, Hotwells for 4th to round out your superfecta. Black Cash finished up 5th. Spartan Cash was 6th. Finishing 7th, we had Beccaro. Finishing 8th was Cape Town. And 9th was Basic Trainee, and Silver's Prospect could see them all. It's Real Quiet getting the victory before that record crowd of 91,122 people, who even had to withstand not only the 96-degree heat, but a transformer and a substation blew, knocking out the air conditioning and everything for people in the clubhouse. But what a glorious day it was at Pimlico on Saturday. Real quiet, getting the mile 3/16 in 1:54 and 3. All right, let's take our second break here, catch our breaths. We'll come back with action. We'll be at Lone Star. We've got our Hollywood Park races and Belmont Park as well. Much more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after these messages.
This is the OTB Television Network.
Hi, everyone. Looking for something to do this Sunday? How about joining me for an afternoon of exciting racing action at the Teletheater? With your paid admission, you'll receive my computerized preview sheets from all of our wagerable tracks, my own individualized selections, chance to top my picks, and win a prize. We'll serve refreshments, have a lot of fun, and who knows, you may win a few bucks too. So come on out, Sunday afternoons with Jack at the Teletheater.
If you live in the Capital District area, you can take the OTB Television Network with you wherever you go 24 hours a day. In your car or at work, you can listen to what's going on with Capital OTB horse racing by tuning in to WVKZ Radio 1240 on your AM dial. You can listen to all the race calls and the results and the information just like you were watching the television network. And in between, you can listen to the 101 Sports Radio Network. At work or in your car, tune in to WVKZ 1240 on your AM radio dial.
All right, down to Texas, Lone Star Park on Saturday afternoon. These Sundance Stakes at 1 mile and 1/16. $75,000, the guaranteed purse. We've got fillies and mares going in this one. John Dooley gives us the call.
And it's Valid Bonnet just in front of Quiet Fun. Eddie Martin Jr. all over Quiet Fun for the final furlong. And perhaps the Sundance is all over. Here's Valid Bonnet. Tim Ducey on cruise control for 4 in a row. Valid Bonnet coasting home. Valid Bonnet tons the best. Quiet Fun, a hard drive to be second best. Then Miss Diamond Mine and Mather Mist.
Valid Bonnet, she's just way too good for this group here. She's under wraps. Tim Ducey, one of 4 wins on the card for Tim on Saturday. She was sent off at even money, trained by Steve Asmussen, owned by the Ackerley brothers. She just cruises on in here for the victory. Quiet Fun, Miss Diamond Mine, they'll be the second and third runners in the race, but it's all Valid Bonnet. She goes to mile 16, 1:44 and 1. Hollywood Park, Saturday, the Wind Sharp Stakes, 1.25 miles on the turf, $67,200 in added purse money. For the life of me, I don't know how they got that purse figure. Nonetheless, that was the pot. These are fillies and mares. This was a makeup from last week when they had to cancel racing because of a very muddy track and got things ironed out, so they rescheduled the race for Saturday, and a good one it is. Here's Luke with the call of the Wind Sharp.
Green Jewel second, Panay up the inside rail, Society Dream full bore. Behind that comes Raja Mundry and Freeport Flight, final furlong now. August Moonlight collared late by Eddie D and Green Jewel, and Green Jewel pushing on by. Green Jewel will win the Wind Sharp. Green Jewel goes on to win it by nearly 3 at the wire.
Boy, Eddie D just had this mare in perfect position throughout, just loping along back in third, the outside of horses. Made his move coming around the turn off the quarter pole and just rolls on into a very nice 3-length score. Sent off at 2-1 was Green Jewel, trained by David Hoffmans, gets the win. Society Dream and August Moonlight, they'll be second and third. Green Jewel goes the 1.25 miles Saturday in 2:01 and 1. Statebreds up next in the 8th race Saturday at Hollywood in the Be Thoughtful Stakes, 7/8 of a mile sprint. These are filly and mare Statebreds, $100,000, the guaranteed pot. And again, here's Luke with the call.
Half mile in 44 and 3. They sweep past the quarter pole. Fascinate has the head in front. Francie right there, 3 wide. Fun and Excess, Full Bore racing in third. Fleet Ladies coming out along the inside rail. Whip comes out on Isa Bay down to the final furlong. Still Fascinate in front by a length and a half. Fascinate from Fleet Lady and Francie. Fascinate, Full Bore. Here comes Fleet Lady to collar her late. Fascinate, Fleet Lady surging. Fleet Lady gets up to win the Be Thoughtful. She won it by an active.
Fleet Lady, Garrett Gomez in the saddle for John and Betty Maybe's Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer. Fleet Lady was sent off 7-5 and gets the half-length score. Fascinate and Francie will be the second and third gals in the running. Fleet Lady just spotted them early. Gomez had dead aim on him and just came right up between horses for the nice win, going the 7 panels in 1:21 and 3. Sunday at the track of the Lakes and Flowers, we had the Railbird Stakes, another 7-furlong sprint. This time we've got 3-year-old fillies. $100,000 is the added purse on this race. Again, Luke Krybosch describes the action.
Second, Gourmet Girl, third, and Holy Nola. Passing the in-pole, Brule with a burst of energy. She draws away now by 3. The battle strictly for the place here. Gourmet Girl and Holy Nola on the far outside, but Brule razor sharp in the Railbird. She'll win it by 4. Tight for second. Gourmet Girl, her long shot on Real Squeal and a photo finish.
Well, here's Brule, an easy 6-length score in Sunday's Railbird. Sent off at 4-5. She broke her maiden. Then she won non-winners other than. And now she is a stakes winner. 3 starts, 3 wins for this 3-year-old daughter of Rubiano, trained by Dick Mandela. Gary Stevens got back from Baltimore to ride this gal, and rightly so. What a nice filly she's going to be this year. Gourmet Girl was second. Unreal Squeal finished in the show spot. Brule goes the 7 panels in 1:20 and 4. All right, from California back to Belmont Park, of course. Belmont opened Wednesday of this past week, and on Saturday afternoon, the Genuine Risk handicap was run. $125,000 added race, sprinting fillies and mares, and a nice field to boot. Tom's got the call of the Genuine Risk.
And they're off. Tate heading for the early lead. Capote Bell away in good order. Toward the outside, You Can Do It and Chip. It's Tate in front, You Can Do It chasing second, Chip on the outside third. Capote Bell is fourth on the rail. Royal Indy is alongside her in fifth. A break of 5 back to Blue Begonia, followed by JJ's Dream and Furlough. Rounding the far turn, and Tate scampers clear by 2.5 lengths. Got an opening quarter in 22 and 2. It's Tate by 3.5 on the turn. Chip is running second. Royal Indy on the outside third. You Can Do It is fourth. Capote Bell wide and running fifth. Farther back, it's Furlough, JJ's Dream, and Blue Begonia as the field turns for home. They still have to catch Tate, who heads for home with the lead by 2. Chip charging second to half, 45 and 1/5 seconds. Tate will arrive at the 8th pole with a diminishing lead. Chip is getting closer second. JJ's Dream coming through an opening on the inside. Tate wanders to the middle of the track. Here comes JJ's Dream on the rail, and JJ's Dream gets to the lead at the 16th pole. Tate second, Chip third. Capote Bell far outside fourth. JJ's Dream wins by 2.
JJ's Dream, Bobby Barnett and John Franks. What a nice mare she is. She's always dangerous when she's sprinting. Yeah, they get a little carried away sometimes with her and try and send her around ground, but she's just too tough a sprinter. Here she is, sent off at 8-1 too, as though a nice $18.40 ticket on JJ's Dream. She gets the 2.5 length score. Larry Reynolds came up for the ride on JJ's Dream. She's a daughter of Glitterman, and she gets her 13th career win. Tate was second. Capote Bell running on late. That's a change. Finishes in the show spot. But it is JJ's Dream going the 6 furlongs in 1:10 and 1. Sunday afternoon down in New York, we had Statebreds going on the grass, 1 mile and a furlong in the Kingston handicap. $50,000, the added purse. These are our older state-bred handicappers. Let's take a look at them. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Bellingham is sent out to take the early lead, with Red Wraith away second on the outside. They hit the first turn, Bellingham in front. Red Wraith running a bit wide going into the turn. Now they've opened up 3.5 lengths on Stalin, who sits back in third position, and the big favorite Draw Shot is fourth. And No Full fifth, the Gray Silver Safari sixth. Good Things to Come, and Identity trails the field as they move into the backstretch. And Red Wraith is keyed up today, got a long way to go. Very anxious and headstrong, opening up by 4.5 lengths from Bellingham second. Robbie Davis trying to calm down Red Wraith. The opening quarter went in 23 1/5 seconds. They've got a long way to go yet. Red Wraith out there by 6 or 7 lengths now. Bellingham running second by 2. On the inside, Stolen races third. Draw Shot still unhurried, racing fourth. Now about 8 or 9 lengths from the front runner. It's another 2.5 lengths back to Silver Safari and a No Full. Good Things to Come, and Identity at the back of the pack. The opening half mile, 46 1/5 seconds into the far turn. Red Wraith has been setting a blistering pace. The pack is closing in. He leads now by 3. Bellingham second with 3 furlongs to go. Draw Shot on the outside, third by 2, followed by Stolen and Silver Safari. Coming to the top of the stretch, Red Wraith, the pack closes in. Bellingham in between horses. Draw Shot on the outside. Identity, Silver Safari in behind the lead. Coming to the final furlong, they have inhaled Red Wraith. It is now Bellingham. Draw Shot there. Here comes Identity charging hard on the outside. Silver Safari is coming on through a No Full. They're coming into the final 16th. Draw Shot on the inside. Bellingham on the outside. Identity. Bellingham has got the lead. It is Bellingham in front. Draw Shot, and on the far outside, Identity. 3 noses on the wire.
Oh, what a finish here in the Kingston. The state-bred breeders ought to be proud at this race. Draw Shot, Identity, Bellingham. Hang up the photo there. They're separated on the line by inches, and it is Draw Shot with that victory. He won it last year, gets the nose win, one of 4 wins for Jerry Bailey on Sunday's card. Identity, what a heartbreaking loss. He was third in this race last year and comes within a millimeter in getting it this year. Bellingham down on the inside in another tremendous effort. 4 to 5 shot, Draw Shot, hanging on for the chalk players for the win in Sunday's Kingston, and won 48-2. And on Wednesday of this week, another state-bred race, this time the 3-year-olds in the Mike Lee handicap. They're sprinting 7 furlongs, again a $50,000 added purse. And again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. It's Dr. J and Mellow Roll going out quickly. In between them, it's Duffy Lane. Chasing Woman now back running in fourth, followed by Cross of the Passion and Bulldog Pro. 2.5 lengths back to Missionary Monk and Proud Creation. Dr. J is the leader down the backstretch. Mellow Roll second on the inside. Duffy Lane third. Chasing Women fourth and on the outside. 3 lengths back. Cross of the Passion is fifth, followed by Bulldog Pro, Missionary Monk. The trailer is Proud Creation. The opening quarter in a lively 22-3, and now Mellow Roll comes after Dr. J. Dr. J and Mellow Roll, and they're going at it head to head. And on the outside, here comes Chasing Women to join the fray. Those 3 doing battle on the far turn, with Duffy Lane now back running in fourth and under the whip. Another 3 lengths back to Missionary Monk. They're moving toward the top of the stretch. The half went in 45 3/5 seconds. Chasing Women on the inside. Mellow Roll. Dr. J now weakening back to third. Missionary Monk now putting in his bed. On the far outside, Duffy Lane into the last furlong. Chasing Women roused to the lead. It's Chasing Women in front. Mellow Roll now second. Missionary Monk third. 16th out. Bailey keeping after. Chasing Women, the leader, a length and a half. Mellow Roll and Missionary Monk. And here's the line. Chasing Women, the winner.
Chasing Women, a 2-length score Wednesday in the Mike Lee handicap, getting his 2nd in a row and 4th out of his last 5 starts. This belonged to me, state-bred 3-year-old, got quite a career going for him. Jerry Bailey in the irons once again. What a week he's had. Missionary Monk got the photo for 2nd. over the 4-5 favorite Mellow Roll. Chasing Women goes to 7 panels, 124-2. All right, that takes care of all of our replay action for this week. Now let's get into our notes department and clean up a few odds and ends from Preakness Saturday down at Pimlico, and then we'll go over our stake schedule for this coming weekend. First off, Joe DeFrancis, in the wake of the power outage, has offered a fan appreciation day for the people down at Pimlico on Saturday, June 6th. That's Belmont Stakes Day, and of course they'll be simulcasting third leg of the Triple Crown. He's going to offer free grandstand admission, free grandstand and clubhouse parking, give everyone a free program. There'll be a complimentary luncheon for all those that had reserved seats for the Preakness. There'll also be boxed lunches for clubhouse reserved seat ticket holders. He's doing this in the wake of a lot of finger pointing and blame between the Maryland Jockey Club and the Baltimore Gas and Electric Company as to who was at fault because of the power outage. Bottom line is many of the over 90,000 people there suffered because of that. Most notably, those people that were using the self-service machines literally had to stand guard at those machines for that long period of time so they could get their vouchers and thus their money back. You couldn't walk away from the machine because you'd lose your voucher and thus whatever cash you had on those vouchers. Also, it seems that the concessions who are inventoried by the cups they sell had to sell cups of ice for $2, but evidently if you brought your own cup, you got the ice for no charge. So a lot of very peculiar circumstances going on during that 4.5 to 5 hour period in which the power was out. And because of this, Mr. DeFrancis has offered this Fan Appreciation Day. We think that's a very nice gesture on Pimlico's part. Also, in the wake of the race itself, Real Quiet and Victory Gallop are now poised to go on to the Belmont Stakes, along with Cassock Cat, Thomas Joe, who won the Sir Barton we just saw on the program, Yarrow Bray, our Illinois Derby winner, National Law, everyone's favorite maiden and now a gelding, and Rafty's Majesty, a New York bred from Jim Bond's barn. As of this point in time, those are the definites going to the Belmont. Of course, we have about 2 weeks to go now, so many things can happen. Other possibilities: Hot Wells, Hahnemann Highway, Dice Dancer, Limit Out, Black Cash, Basic Trainee, and Coronado's Quest, all on the maybe list, depending upon how they train and how their equine health is between now and June 6th. All eyes, of course, will be focused on Real Quiet as he attempts to become the 12th Triple Crown winner and first in 20 years since affirmed in 1978. And a lot of interest, again, in what Shug will be doing with Coronado's Quest. Of course, the healing of the foot is the predominant concern of Stu Janney and Shug McGahee, and depending upon how that comes along, we'll see if we see Coronado in this weekend's Met Mile, or whether he skips that and just trains up to the Belmont at midweek this week. No determining race yet was mentioned by Shug. As for our other stakes, it being Memorial Day weekend, we mentioned the Met Mile down in New York. We also have the Peter Pan Stakes. We may get a Belmont horse out of that. And we've got the fillies and mares in the Shoe V. Hollywood Park will take a look at the Big Hollywood Turf Handicap on Memorial Day. Then over the weekend, we also have the Los Angeles Handicap and the Honeymoon Handicap. At Golden Gate Fields, the very important San Francisco Mile will be run at Sportsman's. We've got the National Jockey Club Handicap. We've got the Jersey Derby as Garden State closes. Monmouth opens with the Red Bank Handicap. And we've got the Riggs Handicap down at Pimlico, the Memorial Day Handicap down at Calder. So an excellent weekend of racing as we start the spring-summer meet for all these tracks around the country as they attempt to put their best racing forward this time of year. And we certainly are ready to enjoy every moment of it. Okay, I believe that covers everything for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfeseder here. So long, everyone. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
Or hockey team or football team, but it's really not out of the question if you have some success in life that you could own a thoroughbred racehorse. When the horse crosses the finish line, you think you won the World Series.
This is the OTB television network.
Live from the OTV studios, this is The Morning Line.
Capital OTB is on the worldwide.
Coronado's victory got one. The race 27 ABC right to the race. We'll have the radio. Middle jewel. Crown or some selection. Got to look at the class horses. Quiet and the victory gallop. Coronado's Quest is just about as good a horse. What is his behavior? Certainly don't know. Shug doesn't know. They're just taking a shot. If this horse very, very opponent if he can on board and doesn't get on Eagle. It's the Carolyn North for Carolyn. You know, he certainly can't go on in if he can go. Quest to be very well, an awful lot to put in your basket. The ball goes well. Win this race. Get involved in it. So we'll Coronado's Quest and then victory gallop. See how 120. All right, other races besides the Freak. The Black Eyed Susan, of course. So we feature we've also got 20-year-olds. We've got the older horses for the fillies. several days. Churchill Downs Tulip on tap this week. Genuine Risk, and then a couple of states. And from my fleet out in California, get back to racing out there. So there are new people. Be thoughtful to take Railbird, but won't quit. So that's the lineup. Exciting race last year. Okay.